to my channel. Refuge Tea here with my Granny's Closet, back with another video for you guys. Boy, it feels like it's been a long time since I've done a video. I just feel like it's been too long. Even though I dropped the video on Monday, it still didn't feel normal to me. Wednesday, the family, everybody's good. Everybody's back to school. I'm doing great. I did have a little bit of a headache there for a second, but you know, knocked it out. All right, today is going to be a two-part video where we will talk about what not to do at vendor events or markets, and a haul that I did last week, but it was the last day that I had freedom last Wednesday. Also, I did a haul last week, Wednesday. However, I wasn't able to post it because I had to rush to the school to go pick up one of my kids, as you guys know. And then all last week, everybody was just in and out of school, not feeling well. And I was just like, you know what? We're going to keep everybody home for the week. We're just going to heal up and we're going to get better. But before we get into today's video, let us get into some ad, mid, and intro stuff. Are you ready? Are you ready? If you don't know, now you know. You can find me on Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook, all underneath my Granny's Closet 3Gs. If you're interested in purchasing any of the items that I do make and sell from my farmer's market, you can head on over to my page, and that is where I sell everything. The listings, the photos, shipping and handling information is there, how I invoice. Everything you need to know is on my Facebook page. I also have a group page called My Granny's Closet 3Gs. No spacing, just add the S at the end. That is where we go to congregate and conversate about all things yarny and crafty goodness. If you have a question about a pattern or a event coming up, or you just want to show off some cool things that you just made, go ahead and ask those questions there. We just ask that you don't post paid for patterns on that forum. So if you are new here, a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me today. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you guys. It just feels like the more or the less I am on here, the more you guys reach out to me. And I want to thank you. So if you were returning, thank you for sticking with me. If you are new, just a warning and a reminder for everybody. I am ADHD. I do erratic behavior. I move around so much. I change subjects. I get off topic. I try to edit those things out, and sometimes I do. Known for a little blooper here and there, and I put those at the end so you guys can have a good laugh. We can have a good laugh together. But yes, there you go. Disclaimer. T-shirt of the day. I have Spider-Man here. Now this is, I want to say Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. If not, this is the comic book Spider-Man. My goddaughter bought this t-shirt for me many years ago. Disclaimer, you guys don't have to listen or obey any of the tips or the rules that I have for myself. You don't have to listen to any of that. You don't have to be like, oh, Refuge said this, so I'm going to do it. All right. Don't bullet point me. Don't make it a list. This is my experience, the things that I do for myself. I'm just sharing them with you. If it is something that you would like to take on for you personally, go for it. But if not, that your prerogative. I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do. I'm not trying to say this is what you got to do. You know, don't. Disclaimer, just a bit of advice and experience from me to you. All right. You don't have to follow the rules. It's not a mandatory thing. It's not set in stone. All right. Let's get into this. Now that we got the admin and intro stuff out of the way, let us get into today's video. All right. So there's a few rules that I have for myself and some things that I picked up along the way on what not to do during your vendor event. So it doesn't matter whether it's at a farmer's market, it doesn't matter whether it's at a vendor event, just some simple guidelines on what not to do. Now, I've given you examples on what you should bring and what you should have on your tables and your setup and whatnot. And some of those things do have to do with what not to do. Okay. So first off, number one thing, and this is no reflection of anybody out there who is a single parent or who can't find a babysitter at the last minute, or your situation is different from mine. My kids are slightly older at 15, 12, and an 8-year-old. So my husband does watch them and take care of them for me while I'm at vendor events. If not, if it's a school event, I do take my kids with me, and my oldest and my middle child, they do help me with sales, and most of the time they do really great when it comes to selling my jewelry. And they'll wear my crochet, and they'll sell it for me as they walk around. But it's only at, school events or church events that I do bring them. And sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't if it's not their school event, if it's not our church event. Sometimes I just leave them home and it's me and my mom. But that is my one rule, is that for me, myself, and I, no reflection on anybody else who can't do the things that I am capable of doing or doesn't have the outlets or the help that I do have. This is not for you. But one rule that I do have for myself is that I try not to bring my children with me. They are a distraction for me personally. One thing that they do is they always ask, Mom, can you buy me this? Can you buy me that? I'm hungry. Can we have this? And they don't want the snacks or the food that I brought because they see something better there. So I prefer for myself, not to bring my children. Number 2, a second rule that I do have for myself personally, and, biasly, I would not like to see this of other vendors that I do walk into their booth space, is eating. And it's a tricky thing, okay? I do have my mom with me, but if I have a lull in traffic, or if there's a, like a space, foot traffic is slowed down, or there's nobody coming in, I'll sneak a bit of a meal in there and I'll eat. But I won't eat if there's a customer in there. If I'm in the middle of a lunch and a customer walks in, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for me if it's just like, oh, they're coming in just to browse and they shoot back out. For me, it's if I'm chomping away, somebody people have walked in. Example, people have walked in and they'd be like, oh, you're eating, I'm so sorry. And they'll rush right back out. And I'm just like, no. Let me put my meal away. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask me. I will sit there. I will pick my crochet back up and I will work on a project while my customer is browsing. I will put everything on hold for them. But I will go hide because my car is right behind my booth space. I'll hide right in there if I don't have enough space to hide my meal or to sit right with my meal on my lap. I don't like to do that for me personally. Like I said in the beginning of the video, these are rules that I have for myself, just safeguards that I take upon myself to look a little bit more professional. And for me personally, to watch somebody eat while I'm trying to purchase something kind of is a little off-putting for me. So I don't know how your experiences have been, but for me, if I see somebody eating, I don't want to interrupt them. I don't want to witness their food being chewed. I'm not that kind of person. I don't. To me, it just and everybody eats their food differently, okay? Everybody chews differently. I've witnessed all kinds of ways people have consumed their food. And some things just cannot be unseen. So for me, preferably, I would not like to witness it while I'm trying to shop. And I think it's unprofessional for me personally. That is just of one person's opinion. It's not everybody else's opinion. It's not everybody's opinion. So there you go. Rule number 3 that I do have for myself is that I don't like to bum rush my customers when they walk in. And this goes to a couple weeks ago when I talked about pricing your items, how to display and what to have at your market is your items priced. So if a customer is looking at something and I know it's not tagged, I wait for them to ask me, how much is this? Now, I'm not going to be like, that's $50, just letting you know. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get up out of my seat with my food in my hand, because this has happened to me before. You know, it better be prepared than unprepared and then lose a sale or completely put off my customer by my abrasive behavior or my, you know, just in your face kind of attitude. I don't do that. I wait for the customer to come to me, and if I see that they're having a difficult time trying to ask me, I'll be like, I'm here if you have any questions, just let me know. You know, or let me know if you have any questions. I'm here for you. You know what I mean? Just let them know that you're available. But don't rush them. Don't jump up. Especially if this has happened to me, okay? Now, they have a mouthful of food. Their tray is in their hand. Their fork full of more food is in the other hand. And they're like, yeah, that's $25. You know, Christmas is coming. It's a good gift. And they're trying to sell it to me, you know, and it's just like, you have your food, the smell is not appealing, you're chewing right in my face, your food is hanging off your fork, you're right, like, there, and there's no boundary, there's no, like, personal boundaries there, it's just really off-putting, and all I want to do is get away. Try your best not to bum rush your customers, read your customers, and you'll know. Okay. Rule number 2 that I have for myself. I try not to engage too much in conversation. Greet your customer. If they look like they're not interested, again, it goes with reading your customer. If it doesn't look like they're interested in conversating with you, just let them know you're available. If they have any questions, you're there. Let your eyes wander, but at the same time, keep an eye on your customer. But try not to engage in heavy conversation. It pulls them away from, you know, browsing your items. However, that goes 50-50 as well, because if you're friendly and you're engaging, they're more likely to purchase an item from you. So it's kind of, you know, it's a little bit of a scale. You have to read your customer. You know, if they're asking you questions, if they're, you know, wanting to do this, if they want to ask that, if they want to purchase an item but they don't have the money right now, and and you know, different situations arise and different conversations and topics arise during, you know, your engagement of your customer. But try not to engage at where they're being pulled away from your table, you know, but that's how you make friends. So it's kind of 50-50. You gotta, like I said, read your customers. Try to figure out if they're, you know, there to just browse to buy. And, you know, if you engage in a conversation with a customer and you guys have like-minded skills like crochet, and you know that they're there to just admire your items, by all means, you have just met a new friend in the crochet community. Number 5, and this is gonna be my last one. There are many, many more, but I chose the top 5 that I thought would be, you know, really poignant, really, really like, okay, this is it, right? All right. So number 5 is don't engage with argumentative people. Don't engage with argumentative people. If somebody is, I had a customer shove my beanies aside to put their drink down. Now, it's hard for me to be like, please don't do that, because I don't want to lose a sale. But at the same time, I don't want my other items ruined and lose those items if they're not willing to pay for them if they ruin them, because that's my rule. You break it, you buy it. You spill something on it, you buy it. That's why I don't allow people to set their drinks aside. I do have a card table that my mom and I offer for people to set their drinks on, and they can browse. Now, I've had customers, that's why my coasters are covered now. Like, oh, look, a coaster, and they'll take it. No, it's not for you to use for your drink at that moment. It's for me to sell to another customer. Don't use my items. And that's where it gets funky. It gets a little wishy-washy, where you don't know whether to engage and tell the person, please don't do that. And they're argumentative, or you see that their demeanor is really like attitude-y, and they look like, because of the way that they're conversating with their friend or on the phone, or their, you know, the way that their posture is. Like I said, read your customer. You can tell by that. I've been around, you know, we've been around so many people that at this point in our lives, we can tell the kind of mindset a person has, or the kind of attitude a person has when they walk into our booth space. You can already read that person. You know, you've encountered so many people at that point to where you just like, you know how to approach them at, you know. So if the person is argumentative, if they have an attitude, don't engage. Just let them, and then you be silent. Or if they're like, really, $30 for this? Yeah, and you know, it takes a lot of time, but it's just yarn. I know, but you know, I charge myself per hour, but it's only crochet, you know, and they keep coming back with something. And I'm pretty sure you guys have encountered people who have that kind of behavior and that kind of attitude towards your crocheted items. So I strongly encourage you, don't engage. Don't engage. And then there's a second part to number 5. Because it coincides with it. Vicky, I'm doing it again, and I just realized it. Me and Vicky from Gotcha, we were just talking about this the other day, where I throw yarn in the air at some point in my video because I just don't realize that I grab yarn and I start tossing it. So now that I'm doing it, I can't stop. So let me try not to. So this coincides with don't argue, don't just leave it alone. Now, I've had customers come in with their kids who like to touch everything. I don't engage with the child. And I think I've said this before. This is 50-50, okay? So this is 2 parts to number 5. I always ask the parent, can you please ask your child not to touch my items? Now, I've had a kid go there and just try to gouge the eyeball out of my foam doll head, and he was going to town. Like, at first he was just like this, and it started to tip back, and I was like, uh-oh, right? Just to be really loud, uh-oh. And I look at the parent turns around, oh, and then continue the conversation, at which point the child grabs the back of the doll head and takes his thumb. And so I was like, wow, what are you in Krav Maga? Like, he is just going to town. And I'm like, excuse me. She looks at me and I'm like, can you tell him not to gouge the eye out of my doll head, please? And I've had several customers in there at that point. They all turn and they're like, oh my gosh. And I'm just like, okay, that gets other people involved. I don't want to call people out. But I was in a little bit of a panic because I'm just like, why are you allowing your kid to do this? They saw the uh-oh was a warning. They turned around. I had to engage the parent. And that's another rule that I have. You don't argue, and you don't discipline the child, because it's not your kid. It's not my kid. I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm not going to train up like I do with my kids, my nieces and my nephews. Like, excuse me, get your hands off that and go sit down, please. Like, I can't do that, I'll be like, look. I go straight to the parent and I'd be like, I'm sorry, can you ask your child to not please touch? I would really much appreciate it, because I've had kids come in with lollipops in their hand, or they have food or some sort of beverage, and they're touching my items. And I'm like, I'm sorry, ma'am, can you please not allow your kid? Like this Saturday, my Kelpie vest was hanging there. Some little kid came running up. Oh my gosh, it killed me. My mom caught it. and they were about to walk into my booth space. The little kid starts putting its fingers into the, you know, the netting and just pulls and starts to jump. And I'm like, oh my gosh, excuse me. And the parents are standing there and they're looking at something and I don't know what they're looking at. And I'm like, I'm sorry, excuse me. And they're not listening. So my mom gets up and she goes, I'm sorry, but can you tell them not to touch this, please? My daughter asked you three. And at that point, I'm just like, look, that's my mom. I'm not responsible for that. Whatever comes out of her mouth, because I've asked and my mom's my reinforcement. If, you know, I personally don't engage, but my mom, if somebody's rude to me, she will escort them out. She's my bouncer. So I don't do it. I prefer my mom not to do it, but under, you know, there's certain circumstances that you will encounter that, yes, you will have to do the inevitable and escort somebody out. So if it's not you, ask somebody, you know, the coordinator of the event, let them know, bring it to their attention that this person is not being nice at each booth space. And, you know, it'll happen. It's going to happen. But that is it for this portion of the video. I hope that those 5.5 rules that I have for myself were something that you could possibly use for your future events or vendor events. And I hope it wasn't overstepping the lines, crossing a boundary with anybody, but you don't, like I said, have to follow these rules. These are just some things that I do keep for myself and things that I keep mindful of. And, you know, I've had vendors be like, no, go ahead and eat. You know, you're here. There's nobody here to help you. Go ahead and eat. I've had vendors or customers come in and be like, just don't worry about me. I still, however, do put my food away because I feel awkward. It's a personal situation for me. I feel awkward. So that is just something that I do. But for everything else, I hope you guys know that I'm not trying to force you into following my rules, because it's not something that you got to do. All right, with that being said, let's get into the haul that I got into last week. So now that you saw my fun ad, Michael's, Joann's, and Hobby Lobby, or Hobby Lobby and then Joann's, yeah. I skipped the ranch market this time, even though it's next door to Michael's, and I got this gorgeous, because I saw the cloud cakes were on sale. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at how gorgeous this is. Called Warm Sky. It is a 4-weight, but it doesn't look like a 4-weight to me, you guys. It looks like a 3. Look at that. That looks like a 3. And it says 4-weight medium. I don't know. It looks a little 4-weighty here. Okay, so I have soft and sleek here. This is a 4 medium. So you can see this is a lot thicker than this one's, more thinner. This is got the fuzz. I think because this has the fuzz on it, they're calling it a 4-weight, but it's more of a 3. Because once you pull with your tension and everything, it's gonna be a 3-weight. But this is a beautiful yarn. It is, you use a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, 4.5 millimeter knitting needles, 100% polyester, 227 grams, 800, or 800, no, it is not 800. 8 ounces, 720 yards. So, it's machine washable, not dryable. Don't iron, lay flat to dry. So I got this beautiful, beautiful Warm Sky. Isn't it gorgeous? So the next one I got is called Abundant. It's got all the same specs, 720 yards, blah, blah, blah. So I got this one because Hobby Lobby has the same colorway in their, I love this yarn, and I thought that doing a poncho in this would look gorgeous with the same colors and everything. So I just got 2 cloud cakes. I'm going to do a poncho in this because I do believe there is a colorway that I can get to match this one as well. The next thing I did get was Loops and Threads multi-marled acrylic, and it's 130 yards, 4.44 ounces, 118 meters, 126 grams. Like I said, it's 100% acrylic, machine washable, in cold, lay flat to dry, do not clean. Oh, do not dry clean. I was like, do not clean. It is a bulky 5. And there's, oh, the color. I don't know the color. Shortbread. I don't know what's going on. My brain just kind of went. Okay, this is called Shortbread. Look at how cute that is. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a chunky refuge beanie out of this. So I grabbed one. There's enough in it to make one chunky beanie. So that is it for Michael's. Now Hobby Lobby. I'm going to do 2 hauls in Hobby Lobby because I did do 1 haul last week and 1 this week. And I needed to get 1 this week for orders. So I went with my husband to Hobby Lobby on Monday. And we hung out all Monday. It was fun. We had so much fun. Holy cow, that shook the camera. So you guys asked and I grabbed. I even got enough fabric for some of the patterns to make 2. So up first is this beautiful bees. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And then look what the inside's going to be. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Isn't that beautiful? It was just like, it was made to match each other. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Next up is I got some Thanksgiving. Now I need to go back to Joann's and get some Halloween-y ones. If you guys would like to see Halloween, then let me know. If you guys want me to make some Halloween. These are just recipes for, I think, a pumpkin pie. So that's pretty cool. And then I saw this looks like anise to me, the spice. Next up, a lot of you ask for scripture this time, so I did not disappoint. I got some scripture. This one says, Jesus, Lamb of God, Prince of Peace, Lord of Lords, King of Kings, Emmanuel, and let's see, Redeemer. It's just, I love it. Alpha and Omega. Isn't it awesome? I didn't know what to do for the liner, but I saw this and I was just like, oh, yes, please. So I got kind of like this. You guys know how I like to make everything look really poppy. So this is going to make that stand out. I loved it. So I grabbed it and I got enough to make 2. So if you guys are taking notes and saying, oh, screenshot, this is the one I want, you can do that and then be ready to claim on my live, which by the way is going to be September 20th. My live Wednesday, September 20th. I'm going to try to go for, we're going to do 5 p.m. I can't do any earlier than that. If you guys, because my moderators, they're out of work at a certain time and my kids get out of school at a certain time. So I can't do any earlier or later than 5 o'clock. However, if you guys re-watch the live on YouTube, you can still claim some items, but they won't be the $40 value. They will be the $45 regular dollar value. So just a little bit of a, you know, insight there. All right, this one is unbelievably gorgeous. Look at this. It's got crosses on there. It's upside down, sorry. Look at, oh, jeezness. There we go. And it's got scriptures. Beautiful. Do you guys want to see the liner for this? Ah! Oh my gosh. The matchy roses. Look at that. Matchy roses. Isn't it beautiful? I got enough for 2 project bags. I'm going to start cutting fabric next week. I'm going to get things done early because I did not go early enough last time and I wasn't able to get things like done fast enough for me personally. I mean, they were finished, but they weren't like finished. You know what I'm saying? I would like to have them finished to where if somebody claims, I can bag it and put your name on it and that's yours, sold. So I will be getting the retractable measuring tapes for this one. So that will be in your thank you little organza bag. I'm just trying to figure out what it was called. All right, so I got another Thanksgiving one. This one says give thanks, farm fresh pumpkins, pumpkin fresh and local orchard. What does that say? Handpicked, not orchard. Thankful, grateful, blessed. And then it says gather round. And here is some little hay or wheat. Sorry, not hay. And it matches the wheat that's here on this little. So I love the way it went together with this one. So gorgeous because it's so bold. You don't want to take from the boldness of the outside of it. Next up, I got this beautiful, oh, it's upside down. Beautiful bees. They had some really good, it's still upside down. They had some really good fabric at Hobby Lobby this time. I was just like blown away. I was like, holy cow, yes. So you have beads, the process of beekeeping, and then you have a little tray of honey here. I got this honeycomb to go on the inside. Holy cow. And it pops out the honey color here and here. And then you have the hive and then the big jar of honey there. And then the honeycomb. Look at that. Mason jar of honey. Yes, please. This next scripture one is beautiful, and I didn't know what to do for the inside until I walked back around and I saw this other liner. I was like, holy yes, thank you, Jesus. So this one has, let your light shine before others. Do justly, love mercy, walk humbly. Or, yeah. There we go. I can't really, it says light of the world. And it just has different, you know, footprints in the sand. Isn't that beautiful? I got enough for 2. And I thought this is black and white, you know, and it's all about the sun and the sand. And I was just like, you know, God keeps his promises. So I wanted like a rainbow or something bright on the inside. But I was like, no, it doesn't need the brightness. It needs some pastel. So I got a rainbow stained pastel to go on the inside. It's going to look amazing. Amazing. It's going to just, I cannot wait, because you have these soft spots in there of gray, and then just putting that on the inside. Now, when I make it, it might not work, maybe, but I'm going to do it anyways because I like it. I don't know. We'll see. I did get a request for flamingos, but I only got enough for 1 project bag, and this is going to be the liner. Look at that. It looks like flamingo feathers, like brush strokes, and then these flamingos have the same brush strokes. I was like, does Hobby Lobby buy the matching fabric on purpose? It looks so cool. I had this one before. I made a project bag out of it, and it went really quickly. I got a nautical theme for the inside, and it's kind of like a world atlas for sailboats. And I got it for the inside of the lemons. And I do have lemon stitch markers to go with these. I'm going to be purchasing charms and stitch markers to coincide with these as well, with all of the project bags. So I also got this right here. Now, I did realize that this probably will go with this liner because it matches, but I don't know. I'm still unsure. I do have a Little Mermaid Ariel purple and pink that I can use with that one, and I don't know, you guys. It's gonna be a surprise. But I did get this one, and I realized by the when I got home, I still have a half a yard of this. So I have some here. I did get these cool donuts, and I only got a half a yard of the cool donuts, so I'm only gonna have 1. And I did get purple liner for it. I was like, purple is gonna go with it. This next stack is gonna be, okay, so my son wasn't keeping track of time. I had to stop my video so I could rush him to school. He was going to be late. So let's get back into this. I just got back. So I was about to tell you guys that I got this next fabric for Christmas. I did get a couple of other fabric, how do I want to say, yards of fabric. I got this gorgeous bee one. I need to find a liner for it because I couldn't find one. I think I'm going to get this color for the inside of it. Is this upside down? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But I think it's this way. I think it goes this way. So I want to get this color, like maybe this floral pinky mauve. So I'm going to try to get something to match that. I originally got this until I figured or found out it was chicken wire. That doesn't go with that. So I went to Joann's and I got something to match this. Trust me, it looks good. Okay, so this next one is for Christmas. I need to go back and do Halloween, but Hobby Lobby doesn't really do too much Halloween. They had gorgeous like green and orange and purple, and I should have probably gotten that, but dude, you guys, I spent so much money that I was like, maybe we'll wait a little bit. So I'm gonna wait. I think Friday I'm gonna go get more fabric, and then because I'm gonna start cutting probably on Monday because I have orders this week that I cannot derail from. I just finished one perfect pocket shawl. I have another pocket shawl I need to make. And then I have a wild oleander hooded scarf. And I have to make a Hello Kitty book sleeve. So, which by the way, I'm making book sleeves. So for those of you that do like to read, I will be making book sleeves for this month's live. Okay. All right. So this is Christmassy. I got a baking one with red snowflakes. This isn't going to be until December, but I'm just going to show you guys what I got, or November. I'm going to be showing Halloween this month, and then I'll be showing more Halloween next month as well. And then I'm going to start introducing Thanksgiving and then Christmas. So, and then I got the snowman with a candy cane. Isn't so gorgeous? This is going to be the liner. This is the outer part. This is the liner. Unless you guys are like shouting out and be like, no, Refuge, sell those now. Okay. I got 2 yards of this, so I will be having, okay, I'll have 2 project bags each of these ones, okay, of snowman, but I'm going to get more, don't worry, I'm going to get more. This one I got 4 yards of, so I will have, I want to say 3 available because I want to keep one for myself. If they don't have, I might just Friday go get another yard just for me. So I do have more Grinch here. But I got 2 yards of Grinch to make 4 project bags and notions pouches. Look at that. And then we have the red and gold stars on the inside. I didn't want it to make it too busy. But, oh my Gideons. You guys, if you don't know, I'm telling you right now, I love the Grinch. Nightmare Before Christmas and the Grinch. Every year, my house is decorated with the Grinch. I have the cookie jar from Hobby Lobby. I have the mugs, the Grinch mugs. We have ornaments. Every year I get something new for the Grinch. And then we have a red one with the dog. I forget what his name is. And then we have the green with gold stars for the liner on this one. Max. His name is Max. Okay, this next one, it's the Grinch Classic storybook Grinch, straight from the book. Well, they all are, but this one just reminds me more of, you know, the story of the book. You got the carolers, he's stealing everything, the train, the tree, it just reminds me. And then the liner is going to be candy cane. I love this one. So that is it for fabric for Hobby Lobby. So I wanted more crochet thread, and I grabbed this sort of sage color. I think it is called sage. Snow pea. Was way off. So this is snow pea, but it looks sagey. And then I grabbed this magenta color. It's called boysenberry, but it looks more magenta. And it's coincidentally, I asked anybody who thought a color that I was missing for my crochet beaded earrings, and they were like magenta, and I was like, oh, I just got that color, but it's boysenberry. It looks magenta, but it's boysenberry. I also got neon yarn. I got green and I got pink because I was making a poncho and I realized I have the retro stripes pastel, but you guys, that one's not really, I don't have enough of those. I need to go get more. And I need to go, I have the orange, I have the bright orange, I have the pink, I have the green. Now I just need, you know, other colors, but I want to do a neon poncho with black. So I'm going to be doing that soon. That's why I got those. All right, that is it for Hobby Lobby. I take that back. I did get more beads and more earrings from Hobby Lobby. So I was missing blue. So I grabbed blue beads. I didn't have any blue, and I realized. And then I got these clear white ones that are just going to look fabulous with another multicolor earring. So I'm excited. They had 3 more of the black hooped earrings, so I grabbed more of those. Anytime I go to Hobby Lobby and I go to the beaded section and I grab more of these, even though I ordered more, I do still have enough, but you never know. All right, now Joann's. I know this video is going to be like a million minutes long, but I went and I grabbed some really cute fabric from Joann's, and I matched it up with some of the fabric that I got from Hobby Lobby. Now, I forgot that I needed to purchase a certain fabric for a customer for Saturday, and I did grab that. I didn't take pictures of it, which I should. I know I should take pictures and post it on my group page and on my Instagram, but I forgot. My bad. So, you know, a lot of people like to read, and I was just like, you know what? I want to make fabric. I want to make fabric. Let's make fabric. I know a lot of people like to read, so I wanted to make some project bags or possibly book sleeves. I think I'm going to make book sleeves with this one. So I had my husband, while I was reordering the fabric that I forgot to purchase for my customer's order. That was the whole reason why I went to Joann's. I just got caught up in all the yarn and the pretty fabric, and I was just like, let's forget about the order I came here to get. So I was online, grabbed that, came across this. They're books stacked with little bookworms. Isn't that cute? So I'm going to make book sleeves out of this. And I was just like, I need some wording to go on the inside. I can't find the words that I got last time that I made my cousin his. I made him a book sleeve, and it doesn't have a strap or anything. It just has, you know, a little flap that goes over. I'll show you guys a picture right here. And I liked the words for him. It was perfect, you know. It just has, and you can't read them. They're not legible. But I was just like, I need to get something with words, and I found the alphabet. And I was like, this is gonna go great together. Look. That is so awesome, right? So that's going to go, and there's a yard each, so I could probably get maybe 3 or 4. No, I want to say 2, because my book sleeves can fit a large Sarah J. Maas book. So that's what I'm going to do. That it can fit the size of a Sarah J. Maas book. Okay, so next up, I went to go get more of the Afro Magic. However, I don't know what they're doing. I think they're rotating it out. Now, I do have Afro Magic in green, so I went and I grabbed the liner for it. I already purchased the 2 charms for these, and I need to get a couple more because I got enough to make 2 each. So I'm only gonna have enough available for 5 Afro Magic bags. So I got 2 yards of this so that I can make 5 bags and put this as the liner. I got the head wrap again, Afro hair wrap. And then this one is the Afro puff one, but in brown. Sorry, that's it. Fabric was stuck to it. So this was brown. It's not the cream one, but this is Afro puff in brown, and it still has those flowers in it. So I have this neon green one. It's kind of not neon green. It's more of like a olive green, bright olive green. But I only have enough to make 1 project bag and 1 notions pouch. So that's why I said I only have enough to make 5. But I did get 2 yards of this, and 2 yards will get me 4. But I do have enough to make this. So I might go get 1 more. What do you guys think? Should I make 2 of these, 2 of each of these? Because my Afro Magics are really popular. So I think I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna get 2 more, 1 more yard of one more yard of this. I think I can't remember. I got 2 yards of this. I did. Okay, I got 2 yards of this, so I only have enough to make 4. So I'm gonna need to go back and get more, or 2.5. Did I get 2.5? I don't know. I'll have to check my receipt. But anyways, I got enough. Next up is I went and I grabbed the candy, and I got 1 yard of this and the inside liner for purple. So I'm going to be making 2 candy bags. And then, like I said, I had the chicken wire here. and I saw this sunflower one. I'm going to be making another sunflower, the large ones. And I saw this chicken one. It reminded me of my granny. And because my grandmother loved chickens and roosters. So everything we bought her was chickens. And it had sunflowers on it. So I was like, you know what? It matches perfect. You have the chicken wire. And I just grabbed it and it matches perfectly for that. The last one I grabbed was, I noticed that people were just like, oh, do you have Mickey Mouse and Minnie? Do you have Disney? Well, guess what? I got it. And I got black and gray polka dots for the liner. And this one is white and gray polka dots with a little splash of color. I got enough for two, you guys, too. Now, if you guys are seeing this and you're like, oh, you should have got this one, you should have got this one, please let me know in the comment section down below what more you guys would like to see for this month's live. However, keep in mind, I am a one-man bandstand. I can't do too much. I will be getting more Halloween. Now, I'm going to get more Jack and Sally. I still have one Jack and Sally from last year or last live. So, I will be making also, I don't know, should I or shouldn't I? Halloween bags, trick-or-treat bags. I made those last year and I still have a couple available, so I will be showing those. I might, and they have a big strap. I also went to the yarn section at Joann's and I ran completely out of, sorry, there's stuff in here. Out of the retro stripes for the project that me and Andrea are working on. And look, I know I have it back here. I know I have a couple back here, but I like the big one. So I grabbed that and I grabbed two of these, but then I realized when I came home, I had one of these already. So now I have three, but you can never have too much black. So, and then along the lines of Jack and Sally, I was like, I saw this yarn from Red Heart Super Saver Stripes. It is called Jewel Tone, but it's totally Sally. I was like, oh my gosh, if I made I'm making a wild oleander hooded scarf out of this. It's not the Red Heart that you're used to. It is very soft compared. Now, if I do this, it's kind of itchy, but you wash it, you know, it's fine. It's wearable, but I have sensitive skin, so it's still wearable. But that is Joann's. You guys, I did so much fabric and yarn shopping last week, or the week before, and I didn't show you guys, but now I did, and I feel like this video is going to be so long, but I wanted to do both weeks combined. So this week you guys are getting combination of the week that I missed or the week that I took a break from, and then this week. So I am just overwhelmed with all the stuff that I got, the stuff that I need to do. Now I have to edit this video, but I have to go make some project. This isn't even it. This is soft and stitched. This isn't even it. Dang it. I don't have, I'm gonna have to go back. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed my just combination video. It's, oh gosh, it is so much. It's so much to take in. But those are the fabrics that I got. I will be, let me know if you want to see more Halloween stuff. I will be purchasing more on Friday. So I'm gonna go back to Joann's, show you guys more on my Friday vlog, but I will be making, I'm not going to be cutting fabric this week. I will be starting cutting fabric next week for my live. Again, it's going to be September 20th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you can't make it, you can watch replay. However, the replay will not have the same price as the live. The live will be $40 per bundle, and then the replay will be $45 per bundle. So you guys, thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to ring that notification bell. It'll let you know when I drop another video. Oh my Gideons, you guys. There's a lot. All right. You guys have a blessed rest of your Wednesday and a blessed rest of your week. I will see you next time. Peace out. not like to see this. It's so sticky. You know, the, how do you say it? What is the word I'm looking for? And I've had, and I'm pretty sure everybody else, a lot of you have had people who have, you know, encountered, what am I trying to say? But you know, yeah, not even a, I just choked on my spit. Wow, refuge. Are you done? Alright, you brush your teeth? You put on deodorant? Okay. What is this called? What is it called? I don't know what's wrong with me today. This goofy. It is a 4-weight. 4-weight? This ain't no 4-weight. I can't get it to work. Oh, great. How am I supposed to do this now? I can't get it. Now I'm going to do a poncho. A poncho. Poncho? Poncho. It sounded funny the way I said poncho. Poncho! Oh my Gideons. I don't know what's going on today. I was doing fine in the beginning of the video. Now it's just like... So, these are just recipes. These are just recipes. So, I was like, that would look good. That would look a good gaga. I need a break. I need to rest. I'm probably tired. I wanted to get more crochet. La 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 do do do. So I wanted to get more crochet thread. Why can't I say this?